Hello and welcome to Critical Update, your weekly breakdown of gaming's interesting news with me, Josh, from Robot Republic. So sit back, grab a cuppa and relax as we go through some of the week's gaming news. Despite many of us who are still awaiting a full confirmation from Capcom on a Resident Evil 4 remake, those who are lucky enough to own an Oculus Quest 2, and apparently only an Oculus Quest 2, have something to look forward to, as Resident Evil 4's VR port has a confirmed release date of October 21st this year, which is only a few weeks away. Frankly, the thought of dealing with El Gigante or that tiny Napoleon in VR doesn't really appeal, especially after some of the scares in the more recent first-person Resident Evil games. But that's just me, so to all you VR lovers out there, well done. You've got a Resident Evil 4 remake of sorts before the rest of us hopeful souls. Earlier this week, Amazon finally released its anticipated MMORPG New World to PC players across the globe. Amazon's new MMO is going up against two massively successful and critically acclaimed games in the form of World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV. However, I guess we'll have to wait and see what comes of New World over the coming months. From the reviews, it's safe to say reactions have been mixed, but whether this project from the consumer giant will be able to rival the veritable powerhouses of WoW and 14 remains to be seen. And with Final Fantasy XIV's next big expansion, Endwalker, releasing in little over a month and a half, my money is sitting comfortably with that. Graphics fans rejoice because Dolby Vision, a wonderful thing that home cinema viewers have been enjoying for a couple of years now, is available for a range of Xbox games as of earlier this week. Following the success of the inclusion of Dolby Atmos surround sound into the new generation of consoles, it would seem that Dolby and Microsoft have been working to make great looking games even better, with Dolby Vision being released on Xbox Series X and S. The tech teams at Xbox and Dolby have been working to ensure that the enhancements offered by Dolby Vision for games focus on ray tracing, variable refresh rates, automatic low latency mode, and games being playable up to 120 frames per second, which is good news for all you audio and visual connoisseurs. Speaking of graphics upgrades, fear not PlayStation fans, you are not being left out, because earlier this week it was announced that The Tourist will be the first PlayStation 5 game to be available in glorious 8K at 60 frames per second. This is despite the fact that the PlayStation 5 is currently unable to actually output in native 8K. However, the clever people at Shinen Multimedia have worked out a way to allow games to run in 8K through super sampling anti-aliasing. Whatever the hell that means. If the first Spider-Man game was Star Wars, Spider-Man II is kind of our empire. These are the words of Marvel Games Vice President Bill Roseman earlier this week when he was discussing Insomniac's much-awaited sequel to the smash hit game from 2018. Now, this is a very big claim, considering nearly everyone who has watched the original Star Wars trilogy knows what a shift The Empire Strikes Back was compared to the first film. However, we do know that Venom will be in this game, and if the post-credit scene in the first game is anything to go by, we could be seeing quite a number of interesting plot arcs and potential twists. But unless they're going to have Venom tell either Miles or Peter that he is indeed their father, I'm going to remain optimistically cynical about this statement. Regardless, it seems Marvel Games is trying to build a small amount of intrigue around Insomniac's next Spider-Man game, so keep watching this space for more information as we get it. Marvel's Avengers, a game that had so much hype, so much intrigue, so many dollars of marketing surrounding it, and didn't live up to much of that expectation at all, is scheduled to be coming to Xbox Game Pass this month. That's right, if you're the sort of person like me who looked at the overhyped superhero game and thought, I'll get it when it's cheap, you are in luck. But only if you subscribe to Xbox Game Pass, as the superhero game and its DLCs will be joining the Game Pass lineup in the coming month. Maybe I'll finally get round to seeing just why this game is frowned upon by so many gamers, or perhaps it'll just sit in my list of games that I might play at some point once I've caught up with my backlog. Who knows? But if you have yet to play this game and its DLCs and subscribe to Game Pass, keep an eye out for it dropping later this month. For many years now, a number of Xbox fans have all been wondering the same thing. Where the f are some decent JRPGs? Well, wonder no more, because right at the beginning of Tokyo Game Show, Phil Spencer has rekindled that tiny spark of hope in the hearts of Xbox fans that do love a good JRPG, as Idea Xbox have made several deals with Japanese indie development studios in the hopes to widen the number of these types of games available on the Microsoft consoles. With Microsoft and Xbox being seemingly focused on providing their player base with a raft of choice in games and releasing a lot of first-party studio titles straight to Game Pass, this announcement could see even more players to opt into the subscription service, which enables subscribers instant access to a whole range of games. This, coupled with the fact that Scarlet Nexus will be coming to Game Pass literally at the start of October, it would seem that Xbox and Microsoft are throwing the gauntlet at Sony in an attempt to give JRPG-loving Xbox fans what they want. Convoluted storylines, batshit crazy combat animations and weapons, weird-ass enemy types, and some very, very questionable wardrobe and costume choices. Yes, I'm looking at you, Scarlet Nexus. The years of high-quality, really well-done remakes are set to continue, at least for PlayStation fans, as Sony have finally confirmed their deal to acquire Blue Point Studios. Blue Point Studios, for those of you that live in dark caves without any real semblance of internet, are a company that are best known for their exquisite remakes on some PlayStation classics, including games like Shadow of the Colossus, the Uncharted series, and of course the Demon's Souls remake that came out with the PS5 at launch. It remains to be seen what the studio and Sony will be working on over the coming months and years. However, we might finally get that much wanted Bloodborne remake along with some other classics. Guess we'll have to watch this space to find out more. Thanks for joining us for another critical update. I've been Josh from Robot Republic, and hey, if you enjoyed any of these stories, why not head over to robot-republic.com for more. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button that's up here and tickle that little bell icon so you get notified when we post all of our new video content. Or perhaps you should click on one of the links over here. This one goes to our Sonic Colors Ultimate Let's Play, and this one down here is a link to our Bloodborne playlist featuring me. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.